It just really feels kind of small and suffocating. No one cares what you do. Do I miss family? I don't really have any friends here. I'm vibing here on my own. Do we like living in Indy? Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm Stacey York. If you're new here, I film videos all about my life here in Indianapolis, Indiana, about healthy habits, a healthy lifestyle, fitness, finances, basically just about creating a happy, healthy life in your 20s. And for those of you that don't know, my husband and I moved to Indianapolis about 6 months ago, up from northern Indiana, just a small town in northern Indiana. And today's video is gonna be basically a 6-month update on that move, how things are going, how we're liking it here, some tips for you guys on if you wanna move to a new city, why you should move to a new city, all of that kind of thing. It's gonna be pretty casual and chatty. Basically just a nice update for you guys. So first, I really just wanted to touch on some of like the changes that I feel like have happened in me since moving to Indy, and basically the benefits that I have seen since moving a little bit further away from the town that my husband and I grew up in. So if any of you have grown up in a small town, you probably know the feeling of knowing pretty much everyone in the town and feeling like there's just all of these eyes from like people you went to high school with and people that you just met along the way in life. And it just really feels kind of small and suffocating, and sometimes it's just really not the vibe. So I feel like since moving to Indy, some of those hooks has just kind of come unattached from at least me, and it just feels good to just not feel like all of the eyes of like the people that you went to high school with are on you all the time, which I don't even think that's really like a thing. Even if you do live in a small town, like really no one cares what you do, but when you pick up your life and you just move to a completely new place where nobody knows you, it's such a freeing feeling. And this isn't the first time that I've done this. Like I went away to college for 4 years, but I feel like college is just kind of a different experience where you're just kind of anxious and nervous the whole time because there's so many like of your peers around you and you're just in close quarters with everyone. And I went to a really small school, so again, it kind of felt like that little bit closed in, suffocating feeling. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like college was a little bit different. And I do definitely think that I still kind of like had a chance to reinvent myself in college, but I also had a lot of anxiety. I did actually move to Tennessee for an entire summer, which obviously isn't that long, but that was, I think, the first time that I really felt like I just had the chance to completely reinvent who I was and just give, and it just really felt like I had a lot of space to just come into whoever I wanted to be. So I've experienced it before where you move and you kind of get to just be who you want and feel free and reinvent yourself. So I really think that that is truly a thing. I know maybe it might sound kind of crazy that moving can just change your internal thoughts and feelings, but I really think it's true. So I definitely think that has happened since we've moved here. Obviously, I've been putting a lot more effort into YouTube. I've been posting about YouTube on Instagram, which is like mind-blowing to me that I would ever even consider doing that, because in the past it just felt like me putting myself out there like that, there were so many people that for some reason I cared what they thought about me from my real life, that it just seemed impossible for me to share those things. But now that we're in Indy, and honestly I don't really see a whole hell of a lot of people that follow me on Instagram that I really care at all about what they think. So I just feel like I've been able to really just put myself out there and do what I want to do online and in real life and in just all of the ways. So I think that has been honestly such an amazing thing that has happened since moving here. And honestly, I'm just really proud of myself. So moving on to like making friends in a new city. Have I made any friends? Am I making friends? Honestly, not really. When I was working out at the gym that I was working out at, there were definitely some people that I saw potential in making friendships with them. But since I've started working out at just my apartment gym, yeah, I really have not done a good job at continuing to reach out to those people, and thus I don't really have any friends here. Brandon does have some friends that live around here. There's some of his friends that go to IU that is pretty close to here, and then we have a couple friends who live fairly close to here. So he has some friends, so I kind of spend time with them sometimes, but I unfortunately haven't really made any friends around here, and I think I'm kind of just letting go of the need to feel like I need to make friends. Like, I'm vibing here on my own. I am really working on this YouTube thing. I'm really staying focused on the things that I want, on my goals. Are people important? Absolutely. You need friends. You need people in your life. But right now, I'm just kind of, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I think that is okay. And I think that we put too much pressure on ourselves sometimes to feel like we need this huge group of friends, when in reality, we don't. We don't need a huge group of friends. We just need a few people that are close to us, and sometimes those people aren't gonna be like physically close to you. You know, I have friends scattered around. I just had a friend visit me from Florida. I have some friends back from where I'm from. I have some friends in Chicago where I went to school. So, you know, if I need anything, I can reach out to those people. And I just think, I don't know, we don't need as many friends as we think we do. However, with all that being said, I do think it would be really, really cool if I could, I don't know, meet some people who also create content and maybe make YouTube videos or just post on Instagram. So if you are out there somewhere in cyberspace watching this video and you are from the Indy area, please feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to meet up for coffee with you, and I just think that would be really fun. So definitely reach out to me if you're from the Indy area. And then I also just wanted to touch on just a couple like technical things about moving. So one thing that I actually discovered right before sitting down to make this video is when you move, you need to go online to the United States Postal Service website and update your address. That is the easiest way to get proof of address, so you can update your license, so you can get your car registration all worked out, and so you can get a library card, all of those things that you need to have proof of address for. You don't actually have to just sit and wait for someone to send you mail. You can just literally go on the USPS website, which I will definitely have linked down below, and just go there and update your address. Literally so easy. And yeah, I did not know that was a thing. So that is a thing. Go and do that right now or whenever you move. Just a little public service announcement. Go and do that. Okay, so now going into kind of like, are we feeling comfortable here? How are we enjoying Indy? Do we like living in Indy? And the answer, I think, is yes. I really like Indy. I like the fact that it is a big city, but it's not like the biggest city in the entire world. I really like downtown. I went the past 2 weekends to go downtown. It feels comfortable enough that you can walk around. It's, you know, small enough that you're not gonna get lost walking around downtown. But it still feels like a city, and there's still some really cool spots there. I am really excited for when it actually gets warm and we can go and walk around downtown comfortably without freezing to death. And there's a lot of really cool green spaces around here and in some of the like suburb areas of Indianapolis, and I'm so excited to explore those this summer. So definitely be on the lookout for more of those exploring Indy videos that I've been doing. I'm so excited to film more of those. I think that's been kind of a cool thing about moving somewhere new and making YouTube videos, is I have an excuse to go out and like do things. So that's been really cool. And I really like the vibe of Indy. Like, you know, I went to a bar with my friend. It was like that arcade bar that we went to, and there were just like a lot of young people there hanging out, and I've met some really cool young people that are a little bit more like open-minded than some of the people that are from where I'm from. So it's just a cool vibe. Yeah, I really like the new vibe of the city. And then like how we like the apartment here. I absolutely love this apartment. I love the white walls. I love the floors that you guys can see down here. It's just so much nicer than our apartment back where we're from was. I really enjoy that. I will say I don't love the apartment complex that we live in because there's not really anywhere to walk around here. You have to basically drive to be able to walk anywhere, which kind of sucks, because at our old apartment, it was nice because I could just walk outside and there was like a walking trail nearby that I could go to, and I was just a fan of that. So that's one thing I don't completely love about this particular apartment complex, but as far as the inside of the apartment, absolutely love it. It's amazing. And then kind of just talking about like, do I miss family? Do I miss being where we're from? Honestly, not really. I do think, I don't know, I've always been kind of like an independent person, and I just kind of keep my head down and do my own thing. So being away from family really isn't that big of a deal to me. And I didn't have any like super close friends in town anymore because most of them had moved away from my little hometown. There are a couple people that I do miss, but my friend Savannah I'm really close to. She has actually come down here and visited twice, and I went up there and visited. We're only about 2.5 hours away, so it's not like a crazy distance or anything, so we can definitely drive up whenever we want and see people. So that is really nice. And we're actually getting dinner with my parents tomorrow, like meeting halfway, so that is really nice too. I do think it probably would be a little bit worse if we were like, you know, in California or something like that where we're super far away, but I think moving like 2.5 to 3 hours away is like a really good distance because you're just far enough away from everyone to feel like you don't have like the hooks of a small town in you, but close enough that you can still see your friends and family fairly often. So I think that's quite nice. That's the same distance that I was when I was at college. It was about 3 hours away. So I felt that there too, where it was kind of far enough away where you could enjoy yourself and live your own life, but still be close to your old life. So, and honestly, I think that's everything. Yeah, this was kind of just like a chatty video, and I kind of want to be able to look back on like what it was like, you know, 6 months into us moving here. And honestly, I don't know how long we're gonna stay here in Indy. We've definitely talked about moving out of state. You know, we've had North Carolina on the mind for a long time. I have a really close friend that lives in North Carolina. We've talked about like Texas, Colorado, pretty much all the really expensive places where everyone else wants to move. So that's kind of a bummer, but I don't know. We might stay here long term. We've definitely talked about potentially buying a house around this area, which will be coming hopefully in the next like 2 to 3 years, hopefully. Not 100% sure on that, but I think for right now, we're planning on staying in this apartment for the next like 1.5 years. I think our lease is up like close to the end of this year in 2022, and then after that I'm assuming we're gonna re-up our lease because we don't have a down payment for a house yet, so we won't be moving again until probably we get a house, which will likely be around this area. But again, if you had asked me, you know, 6 months ago if we were gonna move to Indy, I don't think I would have said that yeah, that's gonna happen, because that was not really on the horizon, and we just did it. Which is another thing. If you want to move to a new city, you literally can. Just literally look for jobs, look for apartments. You can make it happen. It's not as hard as what you think it is. So if you feel stuck in your small town, you're not. I promise that you can leave. Because yeah, I was feeling kind of stuck. I had graduated college, I had gone back to my hometown, I got married, and I thought, this is it. I'm gonna be stuck here for the rest of my life. But you're not. You can literally move whenever you want. So obviously have a plan. Don't do it in like a financially stupid way, but you can make it happen. Just, you can, I promise. So that's a little PSA for anyone who is thinking about moving that is just kind of scared too. It's definitely worth it, and you can totally make it happen. And now I think that's actually everything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, go ahead and comment down below the city that you would want to move to if you could move anywhere in the entire world. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. Thank you to all of the new subscribers who are here, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.